In the 1940s, James Cravey, a retired photographer from Phoenix, had a dream. In it, he saw the location of a mine. The Lost Dutchman Mine of Arizona keeps its secrets within the Superstition wilderness. This range of mountains is massive, roadless, and rugged. From oppressive heat to frozen ridges, it's not accessible to most people. Cravey was 62 years old, suffered the injuries of mortality, and did not possess the fitness required to access this area. In 1947, Cravey obtained the assistance of Charles Martins. Martins owned a helicopter and agreed to fly Cravey into the mountains. On June 21st, the two loaded up supplies and lifted off from the Quarter Circle U Ranch and flew 4 air miles north into the wilderness. Not having the luxury of air travel, I am hoofing it on foot. Here's the trail to where he was flown.
We're on the east slope of the mountain. Right there. Evidently, the local superstitions don't bother you or your partners, Mr. Corrin. We're getting rich, Mr. Martin. That compensates for a lot of things. We're digging out enough gold to make each of us as wealthy as he'd ever want to be. There's Superstition Mountain dead ahead. Section of the hills? That's right. There's an area big enough for a landing.
Near Labarge Spring, Martins found a place to set the chopper down. Here, Cravey set up camp with a week's worth of supplies in the hope of realizing his dreams. Landing spots in this area are hard to imagine. These are the only feasible spots I could find. At a predetermined date, Martin set out to pick Cravey up and fly him back to the ranch.
I wonder where they are.
Probably in their hole digging more gold.
Let's go see.
At his campsite, there was no sign of Cravey, and his supplies remained untouched. On July 1st, 1947, the authorities were notified and a search was conducted both by air and land without success. Cravey, like so many others, had disappeared.
That's only a legend, P.T.
Yeah, but it's also the mountain where the secret mine's supposed to be hidden. You know, the Lost Dutchman, La Mina Sombreros, whatever you want to call it.
I know, and you think the Indians are supposed to guard it and they kill any white man that comes around.
Yeah, there have been plenty of guys who haven't been heard from after they came up here to find the gold.
Yeah, but this is pretty rugged country. They didn't have a copter to haul them in and out.
Yeah, well, just the same, I don't like it. It gives me the creeps.
Yeah. You better keep a sharp lookout on all rocks and bushes.
On February 24th, 1948, 7 months after Cravey went missing, two hikers were hiking southeast of Bluff Springs Mountain and noticed a rope and a shoe. Upon further investigation, they found some bones and a wallet with James Cravey's ID. The final location of Cravey was right here. His skull was found in a thicket of scrub oak 25 feet away from his body. The sheriff's office reported that there was no evidence of a crime. Similar to other incidents, Cravey followed the same equation for tragedy: aged, poor fitness, naivete, bad timing, and lacking the survival skills that come from local experience. Cravey was heading out of the wilderness on a trail leading back to the Quarter Circle U Ranch. Out of water and cooked by the summer temps, his body faltered and collapsed just 4.5 trail miles from rescue. Relying on technology to skirt hard work negates the value of learned experience and failure. Without the barriers of difficulty, the well-meaning are left without a safety net. They lack the skills required for self-rescue and are devastated by the harsh reality of their choices. What could he have done differently? He could have prioritized water and exposure by hiking out at night. This requires extra batteries for a flashlight and the navigation skills necessary to avoid getting lost. In 1947, this meant having a map, a compass, and the knowledge of how to use them.